Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Tell you, drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip.
So we had dinner. It's like, all right, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna jump right in to doing, you know, this tax stuff. And oh my God, I was in this office, no exaggeration. I probably got in here around 6:15 p.m. I did not finish until 11 p.m. I was in here. First of all, boy, I'm stupid. I will publicly admit that I am a dummy. And sometimes things don't click, and when they click, it's like a light bulb. Like literally, you know, see the cartoons where a light bulb? Like that's what happens with me. I think as you get older, when you oh, light bulb, because I'm so stupid. So what is it that I do every single day here on streams, right? What is it that I do that, you know, is a celebratory thing, but I've outright said over the past couple of years that I actually think that it helps out a lot. Gunnar glasses. For those who don't know, these Gunnar glasses are not just for show. These Gunnar glasses filter out blue light. And, you know, there's studies that say when you filter out blue light, they help your eyes in an environment where you have to be sitting in front of televisions or monitors or screens for extended periods of time. Okay? So I'm so stupid. Every year I have to do this stuff for my business, this tax stuff. And every year I tell you guys, man, it's a pain in the ass. Because I do it, I'm staring at my eyes are burning and everything's strained, and I hate doing it. So I'm sitting there yesterday, I'm doing it for about an hour, and my eyes are starting to burn bad. And I'm like, oh my God, I just wish that I could, wait, what? I was like, you gotta be kidding me, how stupid am I? And I come on, I do this. And I sit down, within 5 minutes, my eyes feel perfect. I'm like, yo, I'm the dumbest dude. How many years have I had these? Not this particular set. This is one that was actually donated by the Dutch brothers late last year. But remember, I actually have the other set right here, right? The old Gunnars that I was wearing for years, right? My old ones. And I'm like, I literally owned these and never used them. I'm such a dunce. Like, how stupid am I, right? I mean, I'm actually upset with myself that I was that stupid. That all the time I had these, okay? And I just never wore them for the practical use, right? So yeah, I mean, after that first hour, I put them on, and my eyes didn't strain for the rest of the night. I was like, oh, this is great. Now, of course, everything else. Here's the thing. You may not know this, but I have two office chairs. This one I have here is the one I sit in all day here on camera with you guys, okay? But I have another office chair that is, I mean, long story. Yes, it involves my trolls. Basically, many years ago, all right, we're talking like 5 years ago, there was a company that reached out to me and said that they wanted to sponsor me. And it was a chair company. So they said they were going to send me a chair to review. And once the review was done, I would then be able to like start advertising the chairs on my streams and get like a cut if people buy a chair using my referral link or whatever. Okay. Now I can predict this off now, by the way. I never get any sponsorship opportunities. So at that point, I was interested. I was like, well, send me the chair first. We'll figure it out. All right. So as this is all happening, of course, my trolls just interject themselves into everything, and they find out who the company is, and they basically start harassing the company, and come to find out, the company wasn't actually even a company. All right. These chairs were already being made over in China, and then they were being rebranded to be resold through this company, but they weren't their product. Essentially, they were going to be a glorified reseller. Okay. I don't know why they thought that using me as a sponsor would have helped them, but essentially within like a day of people finding out that, you know, they were going to be my sponsor, the trolls had completely outed them and said, see, look at this. They're not legit. All they're doing is reselling other people's chairs for profit, and this is that. So basically within like a day of this happening, I guess the company just gave up. They're like, well, we're never going to be able to do this now. We've kind of been exposed on the internet because we're not really making the chairs. And so they just basically said to me, well, the whole deal's off, but you can keep the chair. It's en route. Okay. So the chair showed up, and I used the chair. I mean, it's my office chair. It's literally right there. It's what I've used ever since for 5 years. And thank God I didn't go through with the sponsorship, because that chair is a piece of dog shit. It is so bad. Number one, you sit down in it, you're like, doesn't really feel good at all. Like, it doesn't. It's not comfortable. It has supposedly lumbar support and a support for your neck. They don't do anything. They're not big enough and cushiony enough to actually give you any support whatsoever on your body when you're using them. They're just there to look like you have it, but they don't do anything. In addition, within maybe like 2 to 3 months of me owning that chair, you know how most office chairs have a height adjuster that's based on like what is it, like an air pump or something in there? I don't know exactly how they work, but you have a handle and you pull it and it goes down. When you pull it, the chair will go and suck up by filling with air or whatever it is. I don't know how it works. Make fun of me for saying he's old. He doesn't understand how chairs work. Go ahead. But basically, this broke within 3 months. So now whenever I sit in that chair, within a few minutes of sitting in it, it goes and sucks down. And then I got to pump it up again, and I'll sit there for like 10 minutes, and it'll go and suck down again. So could you imagine if I had gotten that chair and at first thought, oh, maybe it's okay, and then a bunch of my fans bought it, and then within 3 months we all have broken chairs because they're all shit, right? So honestly, I don't like that chair at all. I never did. Okay, it never was a good chair. I would have been a low quality product. So maybe in some cases they say you dodge a bullet, and although admittedly I think it's fucked up that my haters get involved in every aspect of my life and they ruin that sponsorship for me, overall it would have backfired either way, because if I had been involved with it, those chairs sucked anyway. Okay, and then I would have so Phil's the trolls won because they canceled his sponsorship, but at the same time, at least I dodged the bullet of selling chairs that are garbage, right? And then now Phil shilled chairs that were bad, and now he's a jerk too. Either way, I'm a loser, right? So anyway, the point I'm making here is last night I'm sitting here for roughly 4.5 hours of just sitting right there, going through every single piece of data, all income data. Every dollar has to be accumulated. And I almost had forgotten about this one little thing, and I was like, oh shit, got to make sure that that's on there. Got to have every dollar accounted for. And then I was doing all the expensing and everything. And, you got to account for every bill it just so happens last year with inflation and everything, a lot of stuff has. Ruffian Forever, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking about what happened last night. He's being ridiculous. Anyway, so I'm going through all this data. Last year, there's a lot of things that changed because of inflation. Inflation hit bad last year, and a lot of my bills went up. Like, for example, my condo dues went up. My health insurance went up. Oh, my God, cost of electricity and gas and water all went way up last year. Like, spiked. And it was funny because I was looking at pricing, and it's like, actually my use went down. My electricity use and heat, like last year I used less heat and electricity than the year before, but my bills went up because of inflation. So, and by the way, this is everyone in the United States. If you're not in the United States, I don't know if it's affected you as badly, but everyone's been feeling the crunch. So, I had to go through all of that, and I had to change every, usually it's almost the same thing every month. Now I have to go through and manually change every piece of data or whatever. It's a lot of work. So basically, after doing this for like 4.5, 5 hours, my back is killing me, and it is today. Like, it's not my lower back, which I used to have my injury in. Now it's my upper back, and I've been telling you guys the last couple of years that I have been aggravating my upper back a bit. And it's usually not through like heavy lifting. It's usually just, I guess, from like sitting kind of uncomfortably, which is weird. This chair is very comfortable. This chair gives me full lumbar support and a cushion on my upper back as well, which I can adjust. If ever I wanted to like lean back even more and just relax, I could do that. So this chair is pretty good. No, Vuik says, well, couldn't you have rolled this chair over? This chair has no wheels. This chair is on a round base, solid base. It doesn't adjust height, and it doesn't move. So I would have had to like rearrange my entire office for a few hours and then rearrange it back, which probably would have aggravated my back regardless, moving chairs around. You see, I had to lift them and everything. So, no, I was the chair's already over there. I'm going to use what's over there, right? So, anyway, so my back today, just to forewarn everyone, it hurts. I was trying to sleep last night, and sleeping in certain positions hurt too. So, just to forewarn you, I'm hoping that it won't affect anything in my gameplay or my demeanor today, but when you're in pain, and it sucks. It's not like bad pain, but if I move a little, it's like, shit. Now it's got to kind of like hopefully adjust and feel better. In fact, maybe I can decompress. That feels good already. Decompressing the back. When basically you put all the weight on your arms and you allow gravity to pull your spine down and separate, your discs and take some of the strain off of them, it feels good already. Just doing this, it actually feels quite good. So there you go. But anyway, just understand, I'm not Today I'm in a little pain, I may be a little grumpy, and I'm playing Wolong. It's like, oh God, right? It just compounds the stress, compounds the annoyance. The good news is, because we're at the end of the game, maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Maybe I won't be that freaked out. I don't know. But anyway, so the good news is, and I said this in the daily wrap last night, but I'll say it again, is that I got all the data crunching done and everything is submitted. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't need to do more work. It basically means that at this point, I feel the whole nights off to work on this are done. I had to take 3 nights off this month. The initial work was done the first night. The last week it was patron videos that I had to do, private reacts, and now, you know, I had to do this again this week, but I think we're done.
Go. I got the drip. 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 Go. I got the drip.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.